Hey everyone, and welcome back to our podcast, Holy Talk. I'm Joey.
And I'm Tyler. All we have on our agenda today is how Islam and Catholic Christianity express their faith through physical actions. We will be comparing the 5 pillars of Islam versus Catholic rituals.
For those who don't know what these are, they are key practices that people follow to help them live with their religion every day.
Let us first start by explaining what the 5 pillars are.
Muslims are required to do regular acts of worship. They are meant to heighten their God conscience and teach them the value of discipline so that they can treat others, their time, and property with respect. These acts of worship are called the 5 pillars.
The 5 pillars are things Muslims believe they must follow to become good Muslims. They believe if you follow these pillars, you will do enough good to get into heaven. But only on Judgment Day will they actually know if they have done enough. The pillars are Shahada, Salat, Zakat, Psalm, and the Hajj.
Firstly, Shahada. This is their declaration of faith. Muslims believe that there is no God but Allah and Muhammad is his final messenger.
The second is Salat. This is the pillar of prayer. This means praying 5 times a day while facing Mecca. It proves discipline and a daily connection with their God. These prayers consist of reciting set phrases and set passages from the Quran, or they may offer personal prayers outside of the ones needed.
Third is Zakat. This is the pillar of almsgiving. Muslims are required to give away roughly around 2% of their yearly portion to the poor to show support for the less fortunate.
The fourth is Psalm. This is the pillar of fasting. Fasting during the month of Ramadan from sunrise to sunset. This shows one's self-control and their ability to really connect with God.
The last one is Hajj. This is the pilgrimage to Mecca. Every able-bodied Muslim is expected to do it at least once in their lifetime.
These pillars are set in place to help Muslims better their relationship with Allah and live a moral and selfless life.
Now, let's look into Catholic rituals. In Catholicism, Catholics follow the 7 sacraments. These sacraments are very sacred rituals that mark important events in one's progression with their faith.
These sacraments include baptism, Eucharist, confirmation, reconciliation, marriage, anointing of the sick, and holy orders.
Firstly, baptism. This is when new members of the church are welcomed into the community by being baptized. They also take part in the Eucharist, in which they take the body and blood of Christ during Mass, which is bread and wine. This is similar to Salat, as it brings that sense of deeper connection with God.
Catholics also take part in confession. This is where Catholics will go to a church and admit their sins to a priest and receive forgiveness for them. This shows their self-control and self-reflection, just like we see in the 4th pillar of Psalm, where Muslims show their self-control by fasting.
These rituals all happen at special times, like weekly events or important life events, while the 5 pillars are more like daily or yearly duties. But the question is, how are these similar?
Both Muslims and Catholics use rituals and physical actions to show their faith. As we know, Muslims follow the 5 pillars, whereas Catholics follow the 7 sacraments.
Islam's rituals, as we have learned, are more focused on daily and personal discipline, where Catholic rituals are more often than not community-based and guided by a leader. For example, while Muslims are required to pray 5 times a day, even out in the public, Christians are told not to pray in public for attention or to use excessive wording out of respect, but to keep their words sincere and to talk to God as if he were a close family member or a friend.
Both religions do, however, focus on prayer, charity, and reflection, but they are just practiced in different ways.
We can see this through Salat, which happens 5 times a day, whereas Catholics usually only attend Mass about once a week.
Zakat and Catholic charity also both push for the support of the less fortunate. However, Zakat is based on a percentage of your personal net worth, and for Catholics it is more open-ended and is not a set number.
To sum things all up, we can see that rituals and actions are what both faiths use to live out and follow their beliefs. Whether you are a Muslim following the 5 pillars or a Catholic following the 7 sacraments, they both shape how their followers live their lives in accordance with their faith.
Well, folks, that's all we have for you today. We really hoped you enjoyed listening and learning about the religious practices in both Islam and Catholicism, and we hope you can tune back in next week. If you want to learn more about what we talked about today, you can use our bibliography to read more into it. Without further ado, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and have a fantastic day.